Hello, welcome back to Algebra 1B. Okay, this is a document that I posted along with this video. Make sure you have that printed out and cut it down the middle. They're two separate pages. The left side is what we'll do today. The right side we will do in the future. All right, so go ahead and hold on to the left side, identifying parts of a quadratic function, and put this projectile motion in your pocket page, somewhere to keep it safe so that we can grab it at another time, another day, and complete that. This pocket page was page 57. Okay. I will use two highlighters if you want to go ahead and grab highlighters to follow along. It's not necessary. I just want to use them to point a few things out. I already titled and numbered the page. Just identify parts of the quadratic function, the exact same title here. And this is on page 81. Okay, so this is very similar, or at least the first part of each question is similar to what we did on page 78. Writing the equation of a parabola given the graph. So let me go back to 78 and go over that real quick. So I remember teaching this in class, and after I taught the first one, you guys were like, oh, that's it? Oh, okay, that was easy. So hopefully it's the same today. Step 1, identify the x-intercepts. Remember, the x-intercepts are on the x-axis. So we said -4 and +2 were the x-intercepts. And then we went straight to this. When you write them in the parentheses, it's the opposite of what it actually is. So this +2, we put -2. And this -4, we put +4. So it's the opposite, because remember, when you equal these to 0, it would turn into a +2 when you add the 2 over, and a -4 when you subtract the 4 over. So find the x-intercepts, do the opposite, write the equation. Then we FOILed. So we distributed the x to both of these. That's where these came from. We also distributed the -2 to both of these, and that's where these last two came from. Last step was combining the like terms. 4 minus 2, they both were x's, so that left us with a +2x. This was the equation of the graph. So that is the first step on page 81. Let's go back to 81. Write the equation of the parabola. So we need to find the x-intercepts. So remember, this is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. So, looks like it's going by ones, and it counted up to 5 for us. That's how all of these graphs are going to be. So let's count over. This is 0, so we're going to -2. And 2, 3, 4, -4. So our solutions, our x-intercepts, are at -2 and -4. What do we do to those numbers to write the equation? Yes, very good. We change them to the opposite. So we're going to do x plus 2 and x plus 4. I know that was a little Dora the Explorer for you, but I'm just trying to keep things normal, trying to ask you questions, get you to think a little bit. So just go with it, okay? Now that we have our two binomials, we need to multiply them to make the trinomial. So we're going to distribute the x times x is x squared. And we also need to distribute the x to the +4. So just multiply those together. you get plus 4x. Okay, we're done with the x. Now we need to distribute the positive 2. 2 times x is 2x. And 2 times 4 is 8. Almost there. We have two like terms here that we can combine. So let's combine those. We have x squared plus, we're going to add them together. That's what this says to do. Positive 4x plus 2x is 6x. And then we have the plus 8 at the end. So just bringing those down and combining what's in the middle. So this is the answer to the first question here. Write the equation of the parabola. Okay. Let me know if you have questions on that. You can comment on this YouTube video. You can comment on Edsby. You could message me on Edsby. Now, please do not send me pictures of your notes unless otherwise notified. So, when I posted this and the video, I'm also going to post an assignment, and I'm going to have you guys take a picture of this and submit it through that. So it's better to do it that way as opposed to you messaging me a picture. The messages get all mixed up. It's not very organized. But when I actually make an assignment for you to submit, it organizes it by class for me, and I can see who's done it, who hasn't. So don't send me anything through messages unless you have a question. Okay? You will send a picture of this. You will submit a picture of this through Edsby. Okay, the vertex. The vertex is either a maximum or a minimum. So our vertex is right here where the parabola changes direction. It's going down and then goes back up. So this is our vertex here. So is that a maximum or a minimum? Is it the highest point, maximum, or the lowest point, minimum? Yes, very good. This is a minimum. Where is the vertex located? What are the coordinates? So we're going to count. Remember, you always start with the x, so negative 1, 2, 3. So it's at negative 3. And the y-axis is down 1, negative 1. So our minimum is at negative 3, negative 1. Okay, if that is our vertex, that means the axis of symmetry is that x equals negative 3. Remember, it's always the x value of your vertex. The axis of symmetry is the line, ooh, goodness, not smeared. The line that divides the parabola right in half. So that would be at negative 3 on the x-axis. All right, next, our y-intercept. Y-intercept is where the parabola crosses over the y-axis. So this is the y-axis, and the parabola goes through it right here. So the y-intercept is where x is 0. And let's count. We're at 5 here, 6, 7, 8. So our y-intercept is at 0, 8. All right, all we have left is domain and range. What is the domain of any quadratic function? Yes, all real numbers. And remember, we have the fancy R with 2 lines, and then just make an R. That means all real numbers. And the range. The range, it's helpful to look at the y value of your vertex. So I know that this is the lowest point we hit on the y-axis, is at -1. So now we just need to figure out what inequality goes there. Is all the numbers greater than -1? Or all the numbers less than -1? And it is all the numbers greater than. So if a y is greater than or equal to -1. Okay, so try that out on numbers 2 and 3. One thing on number 2, when you go to write the equation, notice now the parabola is frowning. Frowning, bad vibes, super sad, so it's negative on the outside. So after you distribute your binomials, make sure you distribute the negative to all of the numbers right here. You would change all of these signs. But that's okay. So tomorrow I will host a Zoom if you have any questions, and this assignment will be due tomorrow at midnight. Alrighty. See you soon.